because you were forsaken, and I'm accepted. You were condemned, and I'm alive and well. Your spirit
We'll turn to Isaiah 12.
Because you died and rose again.
Starting in verse 1. And in that day thou shalt say, what day is that? I think today's a good day. I will praise thee. Though thou wast angry with me, thy anger is turned away, and thou comfortest me. Behold, God is my salvation. I will trust and not be afraid. For the Lord Jehovah is my strength and my song. He also is become my salvation. Therefore with joy shall we draw water out of the wells of salvation. And in that day shall we say, praise the Lord. Call upon his name, declare his doings among the people, make mention that his name is exalted. Sing unto the Lord, for he has done excellent things. This is known in all the earth. Cry out and shout, thou inhabitant of Zion, for great is the Holy One of Israel in the midst of thee. God began to sing that to me this afternoon. Therefore with joy shall you draw water out of the wells of salvation. You know why? Because I needed some water out of the well of salvation. I needed to remember some things about what he has done and what his promises are about what he's going to do. Turn to Isaiah 62. Well, it started in 61, verse 10. I will greatly rejoice in the Lord. My soul shall be joyful in my God, for he hath clothed me with the garments of salvation. He has covered me with the robe of righteousness, and as a bridegroom decks himself with ornaments, and as a bride adorns herself with her jewels. For as the earth brings forth her bud, and as the garden causes the things that are sown in it to spring forth, so the Lord will cause righteousness and praise to spring forth before all the nations. For Zion's sake will I not hold my peace, and for Jerusalem's sake I will not rest, until the righteousness thereof go forth as brightness, and the salvation thereof as a lamp that burns. And the Gentiles, the lost people, shall see thy righteousness, and all kings thy glory. And thou shalt be called by a new name, which the mouth of the Lord shall name. Thou shalt also be a crown of glory in the hand of the Lord, and a royal diadem in the hand of thy God. Thou shalt no more be termed forsaken, neither shall thy land any more be termed desolate. But thou shalt be called Hephzibah, and thy land Beulah. For the Lord delighteth in thee, and thy land shall be married. For as a young man marrieth a virgin, so shall thy sons marry thee, and as the bridegroom rejoices over the bride, so shall thy God rejoice over thee. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. You that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence, and give him no rest, till he establish and till he make Jerusalem, his church, a praise in the earth. The Lord has sworn by his right hand and by the arm of his strength. Surely I will no more give thy corn to be meat for thine enemies. He's not going to give the fruit of our land, our joy and our peace, over to the enemies. And the sons of the strangers shall not drink thy wine, for the which thou hast labored. But they that have gathered it shall eat it and praise the Lord, and they that have brought it together shall drink it in the courts of my holiness. Go through the gates. Prepare ye the way of the people. Cast up the highway. Gather out the stones. Lift up a standard for the people. Behold, the Lord has proclaimed unto the end of the world. Say ye to the daughter of Zion, behold, thy salvation cometh. Behold, his reward is with him, and his work before him. And they shall call them the holy people, the redeemed of the Lord. and thou shalt be called, sought out, a city not forsaken. Then one more verse in Malachi. Malachi 4. Verse 2. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and you shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. You shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet in the day that I do this, saith the Lord of hosts. That last verse is so good for all of us. He shall turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the hearts of the children to the fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. Well, the Lord told me today, this afternoon, that we were to start out with encouragement tonight, and then tomorrow we'll get some stones out of the land. But I found these notes quite supernaturally. My 13-year-old grandson needed a new notebook. Needed a notebook this afternoon, and it was obviously not a good time to go to Walmart. So I just found one that didn't have many notes and began to tear out my notes so I could give him the notebook. And there was a heading of new, and just several scriptures that sometime in my lifetime I had written down. So we're going to look at them together. The first thing that we're going to look at, the Hebrew word C-H-A-D-A-S-H means new, fresh, new thing. Isn't that what we all want? I don't know about you, if you have become weary in well-doing, if you have just seen so much stuff and so many prayers that look like they haven't been answered, but you know, right when we're in the middle of the muck and mire is when God is answering them. I don't know if you've been walking through any of the paths I've been walking through, but I need the hope of the new thing that God is doing in me and for me and in those around me. So let's just look at these scriptures. I don't know when I pulled them out, but the first one is Psalm 40 and what he's promised us. Many of you are familiar with this. It's a new song. And that song is drawn from this well of salvation within us and is based upon what we have found in our walk to be the character of our God. That's what we can sing about during the dark days. Psalm 40, verse 1, I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me and heard my cry. He brought me up also out of a horrible pit, out of the miry clay, and set my feet upon a rock, and established my goings. And he has put a new song in my mouth, praise unto our God. Many shall see it, and fear, and shall trust in the Lord. Psalm 98. Verses 1 and 2. O sing unto the Lord a new song, for he has done marvelous things. His right hand and his holy arm have gotten him the victory. The Lord has made known his salvation. His righteousness hath he openly showed in the sight of the heathen. He has remembered his mercy and his truth toward the house of Israel, toward us, and all the ends of the earth have seen the salvation of our God. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all the earth. Make a loud noise, and rejoice and sing praise. Sing unto the Lord with a harp and with the voice of a psalm, with trumpets and sound of cornets. Make a joyful noise before the Lord, the King. Let the sea roar and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. Let the floods clap their hands. Let the hills be joyful together before the Lord. For he cometh to judge the earth. With righteousness shall he judge the world, and the people with equity. Psalm 144.